Welcome to the Pearls of Wisdom podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers.
Hello, everyone. This is Guy with Jewelry Store Marketers. I'm here with Amanda and Jerry from Robinson's Family Jewelers in Cortland, New York, and happy to have them here. And we're gonna chat.
All right.
Thanks for joining me here on the podcast. Why don't you just introduce your store, where you are, how long you've been in business?
All right. So we are Robinson Family Jewelers in Cortland, New York. We opened in 2020, right in the middle of COVID. We are a small family run. It's mostly just me and my dad and a bench jeweler that comes in a couple times a week. And we're just working away, the two of us. We call ourselves the Dream Team, and that's pretty much our story.
Fantastic. So opening in during COVID must have been really challenging. Did somebody have jewelry experience? I mean, it didn't seem like jewelry store would be like the first thing that let's open a jewelry store.
So I've been into business about 36 years. Yes. I started out in retail, then I did remount designing for several companies, vice president operations for a remount company, and then I did going out of business sales, retirement sales, moving sales with Chuck Fry. And when I was with Chuck, I was looking for a store to purchase. And, you know, it's really hard to open one from scratch and, you know, everything that's out there and the way today's economy is. And a friend of mine passed away in the next town over and closed his store. My daughter is actually a geologist, but she put herself through college as working in jewelry stores because she worked for me on and off over in different stores. So that's how we decided to open up, and who knew COVID was going to hit?
Really? Who knew? Yes, exactly. And everybody had to figure out how to handle this and what to do.
We had to give it a shot.
Yeah, and luckily, you know, I've been purchasing a lot of things over the last 30 years. You know, I had mirrors, I had cases in the garage. I've helped enough stores open and close and move over the years that we had the concept, but it was about the next generation. I opened it for my daughter. We could have her kids there. She started having some kids. Yeah. And it's going to be hers.
Got it. So you came over, you came over and you wanted to talk about your website and improving things, and this is a common thing, right? Because you have the Dream Team, but there's too much to do. You're running the business. And jewelry is not one of those things that there's so much to know. There's so much to know about metals, about gems, about, those roots, 4 C's that are so, then you got earthlined and lab grown. There's so much to know about jewelry that you can't just fake it, right? But then you have to run a business. You have to keep the stores open. You got to pay the ledge. You got to do your marketing and everything. And I was really impressed on how much you've done. You're posting on. I saw your social media. You said, no, I got them all scheduled. And you planned all your social media. You scheduled it out. You're doing your Google business profile. That's not, it's very rare for me to find a jeweler or a jewel store handler that does all this stuff. So I'm like, wow, she's got it going on. It's great.
She's always been a go-getter. We caught her to business from the ground up, but I make her do all the research and she just runs with it. Couldn't do without her.
Absolutely fantastic. So, why do all that? Why is it important to you?
Well, I think it's important because our heart and soul is in the business. And when your heart and soul is there, is you really want to have yourself shine through in every part of the business. Every part matters to us. Everything from the watch battery customer that's, the $10 or the $10,000 engagement ring customer. Every one of those is important to us, and every part of the business is important. It's our heart and soul. So for me, when I do a lot of the back end stuff, the social media, the paperwork, the inventory, it still shines through. It's still important. So for me, my social media posts are important. I want myself to shine through in that. I want myself to shine through in our website. And unfortunately, that's kind of been put on the back burner. Our family isn't shining through. Our personality isn't shining through. And that's why I came here today, is that that's one of those things when you're trying to do so much that you can't do everything. And that was kind of lacking. And we came to you for help.
Yeah. And that's pretty common, right? I think not every store is like that, but it's common that, the family has a small, circle of people that's helping with the business, and there's too much. And you want to put your best foot forward, show your personality, but it becomes a backburner. And if it was put together the way you thought it should be, your personality throughout your website and so forth, how do you think that would improve the business or affect the business?
It's a good question. I think that it would drive more customers into our store. It would garner trust within the customers because they would see that we're a family, we're local, we're in the community, we're supporting our community. We're not just here to take your money. We want to help. We want to build that relationship. We don't just want the one-off sale. We want to be your jeweler. We want you to continue to come and see us. We want your kids to come and see us. We want you to tell your friends, and we want to know you by your first name. We want you to know us by our first names. I want to know if your kids are in my kids' class. I want to know if you're my children's teacher, and if they're misbehaving, I can, put them in their place. I want to be a part of the community like that and have it be bigger than just a one-off shopping experience.
Right, exactly. And I think a lot of jewelers fall into the, I don't want to say trap, because they don't know. They know jewelry. They don't know digital presence or whatever, right? But a lot of the websites tend to look like, you got the beautiful couple engagement on the, with the engagement ring and so forth. And that looks fantastic, but sometimes the personality is lost of it.
They're the models and not the actual.
And then when you look at the 5 websites that pop up, they all look beautiful. They're all beautiful couples, holding a beautiful ring. And it's hard to differentiate. And that's where I feel the personality is, that's what we were talking earlier, that 1 carat solitaire ring, classic, beautiful. Probably find that same ring in few jewelers, right? And it's hard to discern where this came from. But it's the personality that comes out. They're going to buy you. When they buy you, your personality, your family, the dogs, my gosh, they're amazing. They're going to come in because of that, and not because you have that same, 1 carat solitaire, and maybe your price is lower, or whatever, right? It could be whatever it is, but they're going to come by you. And I think that's really important. So among all the different things, you wanted to have a better presence, your website. What other things that you feel like you need to improve, or you're looking to improve?
I think you hit on it earlier with having it be more cohesive and have our message and our marketing be cohesive between our website, our social media, our in-store marketing materials, our in-store design, and our advertising, getting that all to be cohesive, and really finding that way to market that message in a way that we're marketing ourselves to the community in the surrounding area.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry, you've said a few things about Amanda there, and I could feel the pride, but I gotta say, she's done an amazing job, because I talked to a lot of jewelers that, not really hands off or doesn't know on Amanda. She's done a lot. What can you say about how Amanda has done for your business?
Well, what was great about my daughter is that she always has so much drive and passion. So when I asked her, I was traveling down the road, and I asked her about opening a store. I'm opening it for her. But I made her learn everything from the ground, because something could happen to me tomorrow.
Yeah.
The other reason I've seen so many second and third generations just waste the businesses away.
Yeah.
Because they don't do what their parents did and make it about the community and make it about the family.
Yeah.
And it becomes about the dollar and advertising of the product instead of advertising the community and the family. And my daughter's always been my number one, closest. She's the most like me, but it's, she just can't be more proud of her because any task I give her, she goes above and beyond. And you get in all this technical stuff that you guys are talking about, it's way above my pay grade. So it's nice that we always know figure out what we don't know, so we have to learn it.
There you go. It's fantastic. And now, you guys are working on a new location, right?
Yeah.
And you said it's going to open in the spring. Why a new location? What's that going to do for you? What were you hoping for in a new location? Yeah.
So there's a couple reasons for a new location. One, it's going to give us more space. We're in a small location right now. Two, we're going to own our space instead of rent, which will be big for us. That's been a goal since we opened, to own our own space. And I think we did that a few years before we thought we would. And the other thing is, for more income, it's a large enough space where we can rent out sections of it to other businesses. So it gives us a little bit more income. It gives us more freedom to do what we want and really put ourselves into the building and make the store what we want. We're not limited by that rental, what the landlord says we can and can't do. We're not limited by what signage we can put on someone else's business. We're really going to be able to make it what we want. We can put our signs up. We can have our cases where we want. We can have parking right in front of our building for our customers with mobility issues. Parking where we're at is difficult on a good day. So we're going to have really good parking for our customers. We're going to have better visibility. We're on a great main road. We're in a great area where there's lots of other businesses. So we have higher visibility. I think it's going to drive traffic. Easy on and off the highway where we're at. So it's just, there's not really any drawbacks to it.
Fantastic. I hope that your guard dogs have some space to run around.
They'll have their own offices. Now we'll have a little potty area outside for them. So
perfect. That's amazing. And I think that's a goal for a lot of jewelries, right?
Yeah.
Because they, like you said, renting and so forth, and now you get your own space. Even more to be proud of, right? Because now it's yours. Congratulations. But in a few years, you started about 5 years ago there?
We opened in July of 2020.
5 years, you built up business enough to buy your building before you thought you would.
Yes.
That's amazing. Congratulations. How'd you do that?
Well, so most businesses, they either make it or break it in the first 5 years. And we took it to heart when we're running the business as ourselves. So when we opened up, I put 100% back into the business.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not buying new cars. I'm not going out spending it, wasting it. We own 80% of our merchandise. We painted ourselves, we remodeled ourselves, and solely advertised. And they say 8% is what you're supposed to advertise. I'm advertising 30% because I'm new. And then we had 2 years of COVID and 4 years of construction directly in front of our store. So it's our personality that showed, and we became the number one in the Finger Lakes Jeweler of the Year. This would be the 5th year in a row.
Congratulations.
So we just came out swinging off the bat.
Every year you were named
The Finger Lakes favorite jeweler.
Wow, that's fantastic. Right from the get-go.
Right from the get-go.
That's amazing.
And it's just a lot of years for both of us of putting it back in. The hard work, make appointments, stay open late, do what we have to do, we carry nice merchandise, we handpick everything. I do a lot of designing and make pieces for the case. And we have a great repair jeweler, so a lot of people just started finding us.
And there's a learning curve to it too. We had to figure out our market. We had to figure out what hours worked. We had to make adjustments as we went along and figure out what our area needed. and what our customers wanted us to carry. And, we found out that custom is big, repairs are big, and, we do a higher volume of the lower end or lower price point, quick sale stuff.
Sure.
And then, of course, engagement rings, which are always big, and wedding bands. But once we learned what merchandise to have and, that the custom sells, the repairs are big, we're able to provide our customers with the services that they want.
Yeah.
And we're also very flexible. My dad knows everybody at this show, it seems like, everybody in the industry. So if someone comes to us and they need something outside the box, we're able to provide that for them too. So we can find what they need, or we can get them what they need, or make what they need. We don't just, we never want to send anyone away.
Yeah.
We want to make them happy.
Fantastic.
Hey, I even find stuff for people on Amazon. I mean, so certain watch bands I can't get, or for specific spots, it's about the custom. Yeah, I can't help them, I'll help them. It's, we get free watch batteries. I think that was a big one too. Firemen, military, policemen. I'm former Marine. We just EMTs, especially during COVID stuff. Our first-time customers. You go to the mall, or nowadays people are getting $30 for a watch battery to cost $1. So we give away a lot of watch batteries, and it's just getting them back to the community, donating a lot of stuff, going to the charities, and not just to get our name out, but because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I have a habit. I try and give away one watch battery a day just to a random person. And it's really amazing how that one small act can really turn someone's day around. They're blown away by it. It's just a watch battery. To us as jewelers, it costs nothing. And a little bit of our time, and just someone who comes in with it that's extra friendly, or someone who looks like they're having a bad day, you say, nope, this one's on me today. It's your lucky day. And people are just really blown away by that. Yeah. And they're like, I needed this today. And it's amazing the change, how many people are like, I just needed this today. Like, thank you so much. And it's that small little act of kindness. And I try and do that for one person every day that comes in. And then they come back, or they tell someone. And
Fantastic.
And that's not why you do it, but
You feel good.
It makes you feel good.
And I think that personal touch, I think it's called care. Right? I think we've
lost that.
Caring for people, comes back in space. It comes back in different ways, and that's amazing, because some businesses are all about the, what's our margin? What's here? It's great. You can buy that for $1 and sells it for $30. Fantastic. Let's do more of those. Okay, guys, get some more. And you use it. It's not even using it. You're not using it as a pack. You're just being, caring for others, and it's coming back in benefits, and that's amazing. And yeah.
I think one of the other things when we started to watch batteries, and Manny was looking at me like I was crazy because we're struggling and opening up, and I'm giving stuff away. Watch band adjustments, just a bunch of little repairs that I can do instead of having to give to the jeweler. It's funny. I look at a customer come in, and, I'm not old by any means, but I'm not young. But I see my father, I see my grandmothers that come in the door.
Absolutely.
And when they were kids or growing up, it probably was free, or it was pennies to the dollar. And I think what I charge my mother for this watch battery, or my grandmother for adjusting a little clasp, or for some place I have to sell them the new clasp, or take it in and get an estimate. It's just not me. I look at it, I'm like, smile,
And I love you guys. See, might have to give you a free website. No. It's on tape. No edit. Gosh, better.
Don't edit that one out.
Edit. But no. Just you guys are pretty amazing, actually. Right? I mean, we a dynamic duo.
Well, you have to be able to live with yourself at the end of the day.
That's amazing.
And
absolutely. I believe firmly in a few things, and the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I think that's great. Sometimes it's not about making dollars.
No,
right?
I mean, you tell me Robinson family. Now you're in a family.
Yeah.
I'm like dinner. We have food and we're going out to order lunch. I ask everybody in the store if they want something. We have fun in the store. It's not serious. It's for lack of, it's just jewelry. You're selling love and beauty. Make the best of it. I was in the middle. It could be a whole lot worse job. Make somebody else's day. I have 2 sons that take part-time once in a while, though she still does most of the work when they're there. But it's fun for me. I'm like, yeah, hi, I'm Jerry, first time in. Yeah, it's my daughter Amanda. It's my son Joel, my son Ken, my wife if she's there, dog. I gotta introduce everybody.
Yeah. Amazing. So, well,
It's nice to have a job you're excited to go
there you
to
go.
and you enjoy going to.
Right.
If you can't enjoy going in and owning your own business and making people happy, then what are you doing? The dollars aren't worth it at that point.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's great. Amazing. Well, I'm so glad I'm part of the family. And
See you at Thanksgiving.
yeah, I'll bring the pie. But I'm really impressed with what you guys have done. Obviously, there's always so much work, right? More work. But looks like you guys are passionate about and helping people, and that's what this business is about. There are special moments, right, and celebrations, and and sometimes it's about that flea watch battery, and sometimes it's about that one symbol that's going to mark the rest of their life together. But congratulations. After 5 years, you guys are kicking some butt out there.
We try.
You're going to open up your new location. Sounds perfect. Everything off the highway, easy on. But man,
We're excited.
I could see just like more amazing things. I mean, so far in 5 years, it just sounds like you guys have done great.
We've been blessed.
Theme.
Fantastic. And looks like you passed those blessings on to some people. So congratulations. I think this is one of my favorite podcasts. Honestly, because because it's not just about sometimes we get great stories about, philanthropic things or whatever, but I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what the hell they say, but you guys are just awesome. So I really appreciate you stopping in, and no, great to talk to you. We'll talk further, but love hearing the story, and I hope everyone really appreciate. Everybody better check them out. So if you're out there listening to the podcast right now, listening or watching this on YouTube, make sure you give Jerry and Amanda some love. Robinson's Family Jewelers in
Cortland,
New York.
That's us.
5 years in business, but 5 years in a row the best jewelry store, or something like that.
In the Finger Lakes.
And the Finger Lakes. Amazing. Congratulations, you two. Congratulations to the whole family and the guard dogs and your kid. And
Thank you so much.
I look forward to we got to get you back after you get your new store out.
We'll get you to come to see us.
Hell yeah. I love that area. It's 4 hours from me, and we love that area. And we're definitely gonna come. We'll do this in person. And
That would be great.
like a plane. Fantastic.
You gotta bring that pie though.
All right. Yeah, pie. Absolutely. Wait, Thanksgiving's coming. Oh no, but it's before. Right now.
Maybe Easter.
There you go. Perfect. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining everyone out there. If you're watching this, give them some love, and congratulations. We'll catch everyone on the next podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry Podcast. For more information about the show, please visit southernjewelrynews.com/podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you can catch the next show. See you then.